Welcome to Overdrive AF, home of the official podcast of Overdrive Fitness. I am with capital G, Gina Marie Gerzon, Desi the Destroyer, Titan and Brajol, and in case I did forget, I don't remember, short-term memory, my name is Teddy Gerzon. So, yeah, maybe I didn't have enough of this monster, or I had way too much of this monster. So, anyway, we just wrapped up our free public live stream workout, our home sweat workout for charity. I am not sweating, not because I don't normally sweat, but simply because I was just on the keyboard, making sure everything actually came through the broadcast problem-free, no static on the mic for the first time. Very smooth live stream, and we had an awesome crowd. So kudos to Gina for leading the workout, Desi for star pupil, for being a star pupil.
Making it look easy.
Yeah.
It's my job.
Especially with, those, with a violent hip extension.
Posterior chain action going on.
Yes. Glutes for days. So, yeah. No, that was great. We did it was our first run at a charity workout. I personally loved what I was seeing as far as the interaction from people checking in, virtually checking into the gym. I'm only going to say this because of our Good Boy Entertainment shirts that we're wearing right now, but conversating in the thread. People were actually commenting, going back and forth. It was great. It was great. I love the energy. Great, beautiful day outside here in the 60s in New York. I know we've been in the quarantine for 5 years now, but it's is it years or weeks? I don't know. Something. They're one and the same right now, right?
One day just bleeds right into the next, as I say.
I guess we could use food as a unit of time, so measuring the time. So we're about 2 packages of double stuffed Oreos and 5 boxes of Samoas into this quarantine so far.
And how many?
Like
how much
6
pizza?
hours.
Yeah, it's about 6 hours. Yeah. I think cumulatively, if that's even a word, I just turned that into an adverb. I am about 1 whole pizza pie into the quarantine. Yeah. I've only had 1 pie.
Because we were having this discussion last time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true restraint.
Yeah, that is true restraint. Yeah. I'm actually down. I've lost weight in this quarantine. Not that I'm bragging. It's simply due to stress and anxiety. But that's why when I do see a pizza, it stands no effing chance. So yeah, enough about me. Let's head it on over to capital G.
What?
Steak you game with a capital G.
Nice. Yep, that was our very first charity virtual workout, which was really awesome. We had a nice amount of check-ins. I had Desi with me. It was pretty cool. The workout was rough. We had some of our athletes on, some new people checking in, which was really nice. Raising some money for this pandemic. Virtual check-ins at Overdrive Fitness, which sends the truckloads of emergency supplies, all different supplies across the country, because there's a lot of people that don't have the funds and are not able or capable of getting out and getting food, getting the things that they need. So every little bit helps. And we had the bay doors open today. Beautiful sunny day, fresh air. It was great. I busted my ass today, in a good way, virtually on the workout.
We had a couple people literally bust their ass in the workout.
Oh, did they? Oh, well. I did not literally bust my ass, but figuratively, I mean, I was sweating. I don't know about Desi. Desi was making it look easy, but...
It's happening into the market of people that don't do workouts particularly well.
Stop,
Gotta
come on.
make it relatable for everybody.
You did awesome.
Yes.
Had to wear my bandana because, with the lack of haircuts going on, had to make sure my hair wasn't going in my face. Had to make it look real.
If anybody heard that horn in the background, that's just the Gaines train coming through. because we've been here 6 days a week delivering you hot, fresh, muscle-building workouts. To be done in your home.
I've been sore.
Yeah.
I mean, people are so afraid that, oh my God, I can't get to the gym, or what am I going to do? And, you hook up with people who know what they're doing and know how to work that effectively and get the results that you need, with the workouts that they're setting out for you, which I'm telling you, I've been sore. I have been sore.
How have you been feeling so far?
I mean, I did a few of them at home this week, and it, afterwards, it made sitting down feel like a workout.
But that's...
My family kept asking me what was wrong.
What'd you tell them?
So,
nice.
They work.
Nice.
Had to make announcements before you make any type of moves. Like, all right, guys, if you hear any crazy grunting, I'm just simply getting up.
It's going to sound like I'm having a heart attack. But
oh, my God.
I'm just trying to sit down.
Jesus. This is good, though.
Yeah.
Where's my donut? Need my cushion for my butt.
It's definitely a good use of time. Good distraction from everything.
Totally, yeah. Look, we're trying to keep everybody motivated as best we can. Do our part too. People, it's just great to see people checking in. People are getting their workouts in whenever. It's late at night, early in the morning, the next day, in the middle of the day, whatever. You just do when you can.
Some of our newer online members, today was their first live stream workout with us, and they absolutely loved it. So thanks for tuning in for that. And simply you just follow the instructions. The free, the virtual check-in, absolutely free, and it goes to a great cause. So appreciate the what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Basically, just the ability to follow instructions and listen, and just simply doing that. We're gonna help everyone get to their goals.
Yeah, I mean, hey, everything's live, so nothing's gonna be perfect. I flub up in the workout too. There's times when you're supposed to be doing the push-up or doing this or that, and forgot that. Oh, well, hey, you're still moving, you're still sweating, you're still doing,
I think that's the least of everyone's concerns. I know, we're all our worst critics, but
no. But the point is it's live. You get to see. There's no script. There's no.
Yeah.
It's not like we're following. I don't have a makeup artist or a hairdresser here. I mean.
Well, I got fired from doing that.
Because you did Ultimate Warrior face paint.
Yeah, Gina was not happy with the Ultimate Warrior face paint. Actually, it wasn't so much.
He didn't give me purple. That's why it was no purple there.
It wasn't so much the face paint you got upset with me about. It was apparently I tied the fucking bicycle streamers around your biceps too hard. So whatever. like you said, we're not perfect. So
too much bicep vein. It wasn't enough. Wasn't enough.
So yeah, no, loving this. We're gonna do this. We're going to continue to do this, right? The charity workout?
I think it's great.
I think it's great, too.
We could do a Saturday.
Natter days. Maybe, that'll be great. So we could do, we just continue this. We make this a regular thing. So, come, around Christmas time, the charity, we'll be doing charity workouts on Saturdays, for Toys for Tots. And then it'll be Saturdays are for the toys. Nice, right?
Saturday.
And then we do a workout for rescue dogs, and Saturdays are for the good boys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Titan was he was acting up today during the workout.
Titan was a good coach today.
Titan.
Very motivating.
Yeah.
Titan was spotting Desi.
Very drill sergeant-esque.
Shoulders back.
Hey, Desi, you got 5 workouts in this week. That was great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You still running?
when it's not like snowing outside.
Yeah, right? What was with that the other day? Friggin'
Yeah.
snow.
I have no idea.
So weird. And then parts of the country have been getting hail, tornadoes, crazy weather.
Yeah, I try to get at least 10 miles in a week.
That's great,
Nice.
Desi. That's great.
At most like 30 and at least 10. This week I got 12 because the weather was crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's been very unpredictable.
You run
But-
the same route every time?
I run different lengths of the same route.
Nice.
Yeah, so I try to, as the week goes on, do more and more.
Hmm
Just add like a mile or two onto it.
So do you run down to Palisades Mall and sprint back up?
I actually run to the Montvale train station on Fridays.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Yeah, a lot of good adrenaline running across like a four-way intersection.
Oh, my
Yeah.
goodness, gosh. Yeah.
In Jersey, nonetheless.
Because you know those drivers, no
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah. I mean, I know you're
Yeah.
not supposed to make left turns, especially in that area, but, like, you never know what's going to
I
happen.
know. It's that unpredictability that really
Head on a
really sells
swivel.
it. Yeah.
Do you leave a note behind in your room in case you don't make it home? Out for a run, ... in Jersey.
Yeah. I make my will on my bed.
Aiden, you're not allowed to take anything from my room except my binky. Did you just spit over there?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, let's talk about gyms being thrown into phase 1 of the reopening.
Oh, yeah. We had, right? Remember, there's been... People obviously have heard that, so there's been some rumors as to the opening or the reopening of the economy and reopening of the nation, state by state. So I know that there's some states like Georgia that have already started to reopen. But New York is not one of those reopened states just yet.
Yeah, so let's review all the specifics of what we know, what we've been told so far. Number 1, we know nothing. We haven't been told anything from the state. All right. Number 2, repeat number 1. We still know nothing. Right. Not to be pessimistic, more just to be realistic. Yes, we are extremely anxious to reopen.
As are our members and athletes.
Yes. We want everybody here. We want to see everybody, make you sweat, laugh at you because you're in so much pain from the soreness. Well, that's what I do. Gina's a lot more kind. But, as much as we're dying to have all of you guys in here ASAP, we want to make sure we do everything properly. And as of right now, we can't even do that because we don't even know what we are and are not allowed to do. So unfortunately, we don't have much of an update as to what we know we can do. What we can update you on is that we've had this whole gym completely sanitized.
Yes.
A couple of days ago, we had somebody come in and basically fog the whole place out. Like, he sprayed down literally every square inch of this place with a sanitizer that is
Antibacterial,
yeah.
antimicrobial, anti-everything. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, it'll wipe out literally everything. It's like the Thanos of sanitizing. Like, we just snapped our fingers and this dude showed up and he's like, sup viruses and germs, nice knowing you, except half of you can't stay, you must all leave. Spray down everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Gerry Macri for that, owner of Pirate Security. We'll drop his info in the show notes. Anybody from the tri-state area, it's got a business that's listening to this, you want your place sanitized just like we got ours, boom, Gerry is your man. So, yeah, thank you, Gerry.
I mean, our gym is always extremely clean.
Yes.
Like, everybody's always been so, like, they've always commented on how clean everything always is in here. But regardless, I mean, we'll kick that up a notch. It's going to be, important to stay on top of everything now once the state gets reopened and all the phases start to go through the process. So
yeah, as far as reopening, that's all we got for you. But do know that we definitely want to be open.
Once we find out, we'll let everybody know.
Mm-hmm. And we'll start getting people swole again.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll have DJ Destroyer doing a live set from 5 a.m. to 8:30 at night every damn day.
I'll live here.
Yeah. You'll be, we'll set you up a little commode right over here. And you're not allowed to leave your station. And, we'll blend pizza so you can sip it.
Right.
You don't have to actually take the time to
I'll have a
put greasy
feeding
fingers
tube.
onto your spin set.
Yeah,
You
of
can
course.
just be like, done.
Yeah.
Carbs, fat, protein, gone. Little
Be like
IV setup.
Wu-Tang, just keep feeding you
Yeah.
and feeding you.
So your asshole shut and keep feeding. Feeding.
I wasn't going to mention that part, but,
Somebody had to.
Oh, God.
Keeping it real.
It's nice to have the bay doors open, though. It was nice to have those bay doors open, the bay doors open today during the workout.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Some people were outside today. I saw Christine. People were outside today with their workout, which was really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Good. It's a great idea.
Great idea. It's a beautiful day.
Oh, yeah.
I had something else on my mind I want to bring up, but I can't remember. I mean, what else has been going on?
NFL draft.
NFL draft.
Gronk to the Bucks.
What's up?
Gronk to the Bucks.
Yes. Rob Gronkowski
Out of retirement.
coming fresh out of retirement.
That's
Heading down
crazy.
to Tampa Bay. I mean, most people retire down in Florida. He came
don't
out
go
of
back.
retirement in Florida.
Well, and he's a party animal anyway, so.
Yeah.
He'd
Love
probably
it.
been there for a while already.
What'd you say?
He'd probably been there for a while already.
Yeah.
Just doing whatever.
Just not in Tampa.
Yeah.
Using Miami.
Miami Beach.
No, it's crazy. There's going to be a lot of Patriot fans signing 2-year contracts with the Bucks. So, they got a new team for the next 2 years.
They're so different, the two of them. Gronk and, what's his face?
Brady.
Tom Brady. I would have never thought they would have been, like, best friends or bros or whatever. I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. Just surprised.
Supposedly, Brady went to... He was supposed to have a meeting with the offensive coordinator at the offensive coordinator's house a few days ago. Byron Leftwich, that's who the OC is. And Brady walked into the wrong house. Yeah. Did you hear about that?
I did.
Yeah, he walked into the house, put his duffel bags down, looked up. The owner of that house walked around the corner and was just like, hello? And Tom's like, definitely in the wrong house.
Oh,
He's
jeez.
just trying to get into that Florida mindset. Of
Yeah.
just
That's
committing
funny.
one crime every day. Starting off with a simple B&E. Stepping up next week. He's gonna punch an alligator.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Florida man
That's
shows up at white
crazy.
man's house thinking it's a black man's house.
Oh god.
Come on, Tom, step up your headline game. You're better than that. Oh man. So yeah, we had the NFL draft. I, as a Jet fan, I'm pretty excited with the picks they made so far. So, yeah, that's they got some white dude named Ashton Davis. who's like extremely fucking athletic. To me, it
Mhm.
almost sounds like he's like a new age Jason Sehorn. Was a walk-on, became a full scholarship player, and Jets picked him up, so he's gonna help out their defense. There's a dude that I think he was drafted by the Patriots actually, who out of a D2 school. I think he was like second or third round. I don't even remember. I barely followed the draft this year. I'm not a big draft guy. I just kind of click back and look at reports and highlights. I'm not going to sit there and watch it all day. But, no, there was a guy that and I showed you the story. It said going into high school he was 5'6", 140.
Oh yeah.
And then coming out of the draft, or as he got drafted, leading up to the draft, he was most recently measured at like, was it 6 foot or 6'2", something like that.
200 pounds or something.
217. Like
217.
super athletic and
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
yeah, like
A late bloomer.
yeah, and it just goes to show you like he chose to play at a school that he could get playing time at. So, if you're really good, it doesn't matter if you go D1, 2, or 3. Like, if you are professional level, they will find you. Especially these days. Like, everything's online. Everything. So, obviously, the scouts saw this guy playing in a D2 school, and they're just like, we need this guy. So, and most D2 people, like, if they make it in the NFL, it's because they, they went undrafted and they made the roster and they worked their way up from the practice squad. This dude got drafted on like the second day. That's what's up.
And with all this craziness going on, right? It's just like, wow. Wow.
Yeah. We didn't watch The Last Dance, but did you?
I haven't gotten to it yet.
There's like a
I've been
documentary.
hearing a lot.
What's up?
I've been hearing a lot about it.
So have I. They only aired 1 and 2 so far, right?
Yeah.
And then 3 and 4 is coming up with Rodman.
Yeah.
So it's like a documentary on like Michael Jordan's career, basically.
Oh.
And it's supposed to be like dope AF.
Yeah. Heard a lot about cocaine and underpaid Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. Scotty like made like no money.
Yeah, it's insane.
In the title runs, but I think he got his payday with the Rockets and Blazers.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you see, I thought I saw like recent pictures of his home. Like, he's doing all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that most NBA players at that level are doing pretty all right for themselves at this point.
Totally.
But like he sacrificed a large contract to stay on the team to win 6 titles, right?
Yeah.
Like, how many people get to say they won a title?
Yeah.
Let alone 6. Like 2 3-peats? What?
Yeah,
Wow.
insane.
I hated the Bulls back in the day anyway. Hated them. Diehard Knicks fan.
Tragic.
Yes. I mean, that's one of the many reasons why I'm so callous. Like, pretty good at compartmentalizing. But Gina would be like, how are you so callous? I'm like, I grew up a Knick Jet fan. Like, I'm used to heartache.
See that there's a growing confidence that the MLB and NBA seasons might actually finish up and start respectively.
Yeah.
You heard anything from a Hustler about that?
No, I do know that he's home and he's working out at home. So, yeah, the Padres sent everybody home. The rumors I'm hearing about Major League Baseball is that they're pretty much going to play without fans in 2 locations. Obviously, everything will be broadcasted. It'll be in Arizona and in Florida. And I guess one of the biggest holdups right now is first they got to get everybody to agree to it. Second, one of the things that like people need to agree on is or be okay with is knowing the fact that if this does happen, they're going to be under very strict quarantine rules. Like only, like basically once you're there, you can't leave. Like if you're working for the organization, let's say even as like a towel boy, you're there. Like you can't leave. So basically, like, people are going to be separated from their families for like 4 months if they agree to start the season up. But at the same time, it's like they're not making money. So, you know, what are they willing to sacrifice? I mean, if it were me, I would have to go play. I don't know. I don't know how you would feel about it, but like if you had $1 million contract and a mortgage that's not being paid, I think 4 months of your life in the long run would totally be worth it. You know, I mean, thank God for FaceTime. That would always.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, with athletes, it's like, I don't want to downplay their experience, but it's not like they're at home a particularly large amount of the season anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of that pumped up a few notches, but yeah, we'll see.
But what's different though is like, you know, some people. So like, let's say a wife of an athlete was like not sure if their husband was like if there was some sort of like infidelity going on, because it's like I haven't heard from him in 3 days, 2 days, whatever. That's weird. Well, like now everybody's in the same boat because like no one's seeing their husbands for X amount of days or months. So it was just kind of like this is the new norm, you know.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like too strange because everyone's going through the same thing. But at the same time, it's just like, well, no one's allowed in and out of the building, so.
Yeah.
You know.
The military have to go through that all the time.
Exactly, and they're not getting fucking paid.
And they're not getting
digit
paid what
contracts.
these athletes are getting paid,
$260 million.
and they don't get to speak to their family every day.
Yeah. Yep.
And they're sacrificing a lot. Hell of a lot more than just, you know, maybe a sprained ankle or a pulled hamstring or whatever. It could always be worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're getting paid millions of dollars, it could always be worse.
I think a lot of them though they do want to play and they're not complaining about having to be away from their family like as much. Not that they don't want to be with their family, but just like they pretty much reference what you just said. It could be worse, you know. They do understand that like the country needs a distraction such as pro sports.
Yeah. And a lot of people would benefit from being able to work and get paid again.
Yeah.
Like right now,
Yeah.
how long are people's like distractions per day from what's really going on? Like maybe an hour if they work out. Throwing a baseball game, basketball game, there's another 2 or 3 hours that they can be mentally removed from, you know, cabin fever or like quarantine or whatever whatever they're going through right now.
Yeah. And then like broadcast workers and, you know, low-level TV people might get another paycheck. And
You know what I'm interested in seeing when this all happens? I wonder if there's going to be a sudden spike in sports gambling. Like people that don't normally gamble actually just throwing their hat in the mix. They're like, bring on that unemployment.
that stimulus check.
Gambling that government money. FanDuel's going to be like, you suckers. DraftKings. All that shit.
Well, it's just nice to know that the curve is being flattened, and, you know, we're going to start to take the necessary steps forward.
Yes.
And then slowly, you know, life will slowly unravel and get back to some sort of normalcy. So, you know, getting the sports back on television, getting people back at work. You know, people can start to drive a little more and maybe go out to dinner at some point.
I'm looking forward to getting back our date nights. Because those are always great.
Just, you know, getting back to some sort of normalcy. Like, it's important for people mentally, psychologically, you know.
Yeah.
It's scary to know that, you know, things like domestic abuse and there's been a lot of tension too because people are home now all day long mostly. You know, the alcohol consumption has gone up quite a bit. Liquor sales have gone up quite a bit. Like, these things are, you know, we gotta get back to some sort of normalcy because people need it. Mental health is a priority. You know.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one thing that you know, before all this happened, people would always be like, you know, mental health awareness, you know, it's a very big thing. You know, people need to respect it. Now more than ever, I think it needs to be, but I don't think enough people are respecting other people's mental health issues or even aware of it. So, for instance, there's all those protesters out there, like, you know, they're showing up to like state capitol buildings with like vests and guns and stuff. And I'm not saying I'm anti-gun, we're very pro-gun, but you know, there's people that are protesting, that are making fun of these protesters, saying like, oh, they're going crazy, like they're protesting because they can't get a haircut, or they're saying their liberties are being taken away, and this, that, and the other. And like, I understand both sides of the issue, but in a sense, if you were to take a step back, I think that whole protest in itself is a sign of some sort of mental health issue, in the sense that these people are going so crazy being at home. You know, like, you really don't know who's in that protest group. Like, you know, people that they can't work right now, you know, and you can't work, you can't pay your bills, and that really drives people crazy. Like, people that are workaholics, that are used to working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, all of a sudden can't work at all. They've been furloughed for at least 2 months. You know, their normalcy was completely taken away. You know, they're used to operating on less than 6 hours of sleep a day, and now all of a sudden they have nothing to do. Like, that will drive people crazy. Like, if you take away everything from your regular normal routine, and it looks like you can never do it again. I mean, if you've been furloughed for that long, you're not guaranteed to come back. Like, you're not guaranteed a job. So I just think, I don't know, I see it a lot on Facebook, like people just going back and forth, and I'm just like, just keep your mouth shut. Like, you really don't know what other people are going through. So whether or not you agree with it or not, like, maybe just focus on yourself. There's a lot at hand right now. Like, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
Those are also being kind of blown out of proportion too.
Absolutely.
I mean, not to take a side on whether it's right or wrong or whatever, but like, the news is making it seem like way more people are doing that. And I think it's irresponsible in multiple ways, because it's, you know, potentially incriminating people with whatever mental health issue, but it's also making other people angrier or encouraging more.
Absolutely. It's definitely
all just kind of a mess.
Yeah, it's like throwing gas on the fire.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to look at some of these protests, it's like,
there's like 50 people there.
Yeah.
Or like 100 people.
And then some other ones, there's like 15.
Yeah.
And you're like...
And it's in like 3 or 4 states, but they're making it seem like it's this nationwide.
Yeah. And then on the flip side of that, it's just kind of like, all right, so you can't get a haircut. Like, things could be way worse, you know? Like, or, you know, I feel bad that you're not working. Like, we feel it not being able to operate the business like we normally could. But, you know, at the same time, everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it'd be one thing if you had no job and everyone was working, or if your business was failing and everyone was succeeding. Like, maybe that's on you. But right now, everyone's in the same boat. So it's kind of just like, as much as you want to be upset about it, like, the reality is, like, everyone's in the same situation, unfortunately, you know. So it's just, I've been trying to every day find a silver lining in almost every situation to stay positive, you know. Like, I'm not going to review some of the sales calls we've been on, but the nightmare ones, I've saved that for Snapchat and TikTok. But you know, it's at the very least, I'm sharpening my skill as far as having conversations with people I'm not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
So, stuff like that.
Circumstances and tragedies and what's the word I'm looking for? But when we have situations, emergencies, things like this that happen that are kind of out of nowhere. It's not that we necessarily planned for something like this to happen. There's been a lot of tragedy, unfortunate tragedy with what's going on presently, but at the same time, it's brought a lot of positivity and a lot of creativity to the floor, and a lot of good things, a lot of people reaching out, a lot of people discovering things about themselves, a lot of, there's a lot of pluses on the one end, because of all this, because of this virus, because of this pandemic. It's amazing, how many people want to reach out and how many people want to do and how many people want to, donate in some way, shape, or form, whether it's monetarily or volunteer themselves or volunteer their time or volunteer something or give something. So it's like, you discover things about yourself. You discover things about each other. Maybe a talent you didn't think you had, or, people are using this time. People are also kind of withdrawing also. So they're become very withdrawn. Some people, how do you handle stress? How do you deal with stress? So it's like those things too, do we look on the bright side or do we not look on the bright side? So it's all how you handle things. I mean, you can take this and, get something positive out of it, or you can withdraw and which some people are doing. Some people are doing that. Like we have a family that actually built a whole garden, right? Mm-hmm. They've created a whole garden in their backyard. We had another member who he put like a whole playground, right, on with a putting green and stuff. Like people have become very innovative and creative during this time too. Some people have started an exercise routine, lost weight. So, there's a lot of people just doing positive things, doing things around their house. Like even us, we cleaned out so many rooms and so many, right? We cleaned out closets and threw things away and decluttered, a lot of decluttering.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that just, it feels good to do those things. So
I found our first iPhone 3GSs.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty dope. Pictures of a young Titan.
Yeah, Titan.
No, yeah, we've definitely been productive.
Right, people are baking and, trying to. We have one of our members who's trying to perfect her mom's holiday cookies. There's just like it's just cool. People are learning how to crochet or sew. I was just talking to someone recently. There's just different things that you could be doing. Some people have actually adopted or fostering, like definitely hear stories about that. I mean, those are wonderful things. Really want to talk about a stress reliever. That's, adopting an animal, having an animal in your life is definitely a de-stressor. There's plenty of positives going on during this pandemic, during this crisis.
Absolutely.
We Overdrive, we've added an online component, a virtual component to our business. Inevitably a hybrid membership, which is pretty cool. We have members and athletes reaching out like, please, I hope you're not going to discontinue the virtual aspect. I that they can use this while they're either at school or on business trips or whatever. They have this set for themselves already. They know what to bring in the hotel room, what they have available, and they know that the workout will be there. So it's great. It's really great.
No, I'm pretty excited. Like the online community we've created.
You know, and you get to see people. People need to see those smiles. They need to see and hear the positivity and hear the good energy and feel the good energy. I mean, like, this is a time where it's necessary.
I don't know if you noticed, but at the end of today's live stream, I got on camera and brought back the little pet pop.
Oh, no, I didn't. We were too busy huffing and puffing, I think, right, Desi?
I thought maybe I'd put a smile on someone's face by doing that.
Christine Wagner.
Anybody, I don't care. We had some new people tune in.
Mm-hmm. Titans, Good Boy Entertainment. Oops, sorry.
Sorry. It sounded like the Funk Flex thunder.
Pew, pew, pew. Oh. Since you got a soundboard now, you could be making all these noises on the virtual.
That. I really gotta perfect that.
That's the next quarantine project.
Well, yeah. Well, no, because like I have it set up, but I can never hear if it's if it actually plays or not. But then I'll also listen to a live stream from another phone while it's going on, and there's a 10-second delay. So then, like, you'll hear 10 seconds later, like the sound effects that I'm playing, and I'm just like, well, I guess it went through. It's not showing up on my soundboard, but you'll just hear a random pew, pew, pew. So yeah, no, I mean, I think I got everything out of my system.
I think we're good.
Gucci, Destroyer, Gucci. Destroyer's mom tuned into the live stream today. Pitched in for charity. Thank you, Marianne Holt Lombardo. But yeah, thank you to everybody that is new to Overdrive for tuning in to the charity workout. We're going to continue to do those. Thank you for virtually checking in. I just got notifications that a couple of you have signed up for the free 21-day challenge, so that is awesome. I will be getting on a phone call with you shortly about that. And I don't know. Anyone that wants to hear anything specific, reach out to us with your subject matters, and we'll cover that in the next episode of Overdrive AF. But head on over to iTunes, throw us a 5-star review, and subscribe. And update us if you've tried my eating technique specifically for pizza and pancakes. We're Gucci,
perfecting
right?
that fold over.
Yes, the shotgun. So, that wraps up this week's episode of Overdrive AF. We'll tune in next week and check you guys later.
Bye.